Paper dolls. Have you ever felt like a paper doll who was cut out just like everyone else? Meet Sasha. She's like other women in that she is unique and she struggles with her image. And like other women, she enjoys things like reading magazines. The last magazine Sasha picked up has an article that makes her think about this topic more in depth. The article is titled Self, More Than Just Another Paper Doll. The first part of the article is based on a concept that Sasha had heard before, but she had not deeply considered it until now. Self-concept. As Sasha reads the article, it states, "Our self-concept is how we view ourselves. In other words, the opinion a person holds of themselves is found within their own defining characteristics. I can say that I am a student, a mother, a friend, loyal, ugly, or anything else. Due to the vast numbers of individualized factors for each person, how we view ourselves could prove to be inaccurate. Consider the following thoughts you could have about yourself. I probably shouldn't think of myself as unintelligent because I failed one exam. And on the other hand, I probably should not think of myself as a model because I have begun exercising and have managed to lose a few pounds." Based on both of these situations, and many others, our self-concept can be strong or weak as it pertains to the level of confidence we hold in ourselves. Any way we choose to describe ourselves is our self-concept, image, identity, and beliefs. After reading this, Sasha concludes that the self-concept is basically how she sees herself. In regards to self-concept, she identifies herself as a student, a mom, a wife, a yoga instructor, attractive, and athletic, caring, and many other positive factors about herself. She also admits to herself a few things she wants to change. So far, Sasha understands more about herself and wants to read more of this article. The next portion of this article covers the idea of self-esteem. This article continues to state, self-concept and self-esteem are tied together and that both phrases apply to our identities. Self-concept requires each of us to reflect on our lives by viewing our personal traits. The difference in self-esteem is that it is our general attitude. It can be high or low based on internal thoughts we hold regarding ourselves. If a person is continuously in doubt or lacking faith in their abilities, they might find that they are unable to achieve what they want out of life. This is a person who will most likely have a low self-esteem. However, if a person sets affirmative goals and carries them out over time, then they could be described as having a high self-esteem. Self-esteem is related to our lives through our internal thoughts and experiences we encounter. She concludes that self-esteem is how much she values herself. She realizes that her self-esteem has not been too high lately, and she needs to reevaluate it because she is better than she gives herself credit. So, she decides to continue reading. The third part of the article is regarding self-worth. Regarding this topic, the magazine says, our self-worth is the amount of value we place on our lives. It is also the desirability and dignity we have built within ourselves. Another review of self-worth is the personal opinion we have for ourselves. As with the previous two terms, self-concept and self-esteem, our self-worth can vary from strong to weak. If a person does not perceive themselves of being deserving, then they may have a weak sense of self-worth. Sasha concludes that she is a very valuable person, and she smiles at how much her life means to her. This article is making her feel better about herself, so she keeps reading. The next section covers the topic of Resilience. The article reads, "The term resiliency describes our ability to deal with arising situations that can be tough. There are a lot of reasons that a person's resilience level is either strong or weak. They may have gone through complicated times which can change their perspective of life. Maybe the loss of a job, which can definitely change things a bit, since there might be changes in extra activities. A person might have been involved in something very emotional like a separation or a divorce with a significant other. Whatever the problem a person goes through, the level of their resilience can change, going from having a strong sense to being weakened by tough times. On the opposite side of this, or in gaining strength, someone may have accepted a promotion at work or received an increase in pay. Either case, their level of resilience could increase." Sasha recalls many times when she was faced with very difficult situations, and each time she responded with a positive attitude and was able to move past them. She had turned all the stumbling blocks into stepping stones to get her to where she is today. This made her very proud of herself. She wonders what other insights the article might hold. The final portion of this article is about social interaction. It states, "Social interaction refers to how we, as members of society, interact and accept one another. It is also the relationships we form with those around us. Interactions we have can be based on cultural perspectives we were each raised with throughout developmental growth, and is usually demonstrated in the workplace and with our social circle of friends. Each of our viewpoints must be respected as we live in a highly diverse society. When we encounter a group setting, we are learning and sharing presented thoughts and ideas of others. We participate in this situation in almost any environment. We simply need to ensure that we appreciate differing perspectives if we are able to remain sensitive to other cultures and ideals." She thinks about this and realizes that her friends are also important to her. They are similar to herself. Furthermore, she knows that she needs to tell them about the article and how it has affected her. The next day, when they all go out to lunch, she tells them about what she's learned. Sasha summarizes the article for them. Each of the concepts that this article discussed, self-concept, self-esteem, self-worth, resilience, and social interaction, are not the same, but are very heavily connected. They each have a similar meaning in that it is how we each see ourselves as individuals and how we lead our lives on a daily basis. Moreover, how each of us views ourselves varies to a great degree based on diversity of society, our environment, the support or lack thereof, our social circle of friends and family, and sometimes our level of education. What each concept represents is how lives are impacted both emotionally and physically, and how do we each deal with it. We can be confident and happy in what we do, or we can be afraid of taking on the new challenges and change. Does a person keep a positive attitude in tough times while highly valuing their self? Does he or she say that they cannot make it up and give up? Either way, we lead our lives is up to each individual to decide upon for themselves. It was a great article. Y'all should all read it. They responded, "You have explained it so well, we feel as though we've already read it." They all laugh and enjoy their lunch and time together.